Enlisted is one of the most impressive games that's come out in the last year or so. I mean, it had some early versions of it and it was incredibly popular at the time, especially with a lot of FPS YouTubers. Speaking of FPS YouTubers, I'll be doing a full gameplay video over on my FPS channel because is getting back into Enlisted, something that I'm doing at this point in time. The game itself, of course, is free to play. However, it is published by Gaijin Entertainment, who, well, like to add extra things onto their prices. Free to play means free to start. Oh my god, there's a bombing run coming in. That's mental. I cannot see a thing. Being a sniper is not ideal right now. Despite this, I in fact haven't paid for anything in the game yet and haven't found too many limitations. I have noticed, however, if you do like to play with squads, you might find that you don't get some of the premium squads, but hey, I mostly play lone fighter anyway. Oh my god, oh Jesus Christ, I'm being bombed to hell. In general, gameplay, Enlisted is pretty good. It doesn't quite have the gunplay of a Hell Let Loose or a Squad, but for a free-to-play game, I couldn't really ask for much more. It is terrifying and really immerses you within that World War II experience. It really immerses you within that World War II experience, especially when you get big full-player battles like this and stand in front of a tank. The maps as well are absolutely huge, and that's what I'm going to get onto right now. You see, Enlisted has changed a lot since I've last played it, and especially with some massive updates. One of the main things being a complete map editor and mission scenario changer. Yes, you can create your own mission. As part of the Enlisted Games client, it's one of the tools that pretty much anyone can use. Using the game's directory, you can change the client to the point where you can start editing maps and scenarios. Any of the scenarios and maps that are in the game already can be completely changed. From anything down to new assets, buildings, points of capture, player spawn points, or even changing the borders of the maps, making a small town battle or a large-scale warfare, going from city to city in a massive open terrain. And I think that is one of the best things that Enlisted has done recently. Hello, sir. Oh, God, I only injured him. Oh, God, help me, friends. Please, let me in. Please, save me. Are you just going to run away from me? Uh-oh. Thanks, teammates. Not only this, but any of the maps you create can be implemented on the new modding portal. This is a place where modders and maps can be shared with the community, so you can make them, but you can also download them yourself. I hope this is a friendly tank. Yes, it is, but it has been shot from the flank. I'm gonna have to try and kill the anti-tank lads over here to save my friend. Oh, God, I've been hit. I've been hit, soldier. I've got to heal up here. Oh, my word. They've got a plane coming in. Take cover, lads. Take cover. Okay, we get it. There's a new update that adds in map making and scenario editing. But what about other content the developers are bringing in? Well, there is definitely some of that too. The new update is called Burning Skies. It adds in a lot of new stuff. One of the most notable being rocket tanks. The Calliope is based on the famous American M4 Sherman. As you can see, it is a big boy. Not only does it have rockets on the top, but of course the main gun is still active and still in use. That 114mm rocket launcher can step in, focusing fire on enemy infantry. It'll be great for clearing out large swathes of enemies that are, well, taking cover in buildings, as we've seen at least on this map. On the other side, however, we have the Panzerwerfer, the German version of the rocket artillery. This is going to be an absolute brutal weapon for clearing up buildings and enemy strongholds. Unlike the Calliope, though, it is not as heavily armored, not based on a tank, but a light transport vehicle, meaning that it can dish out a lot of damage, but it can't take that much before it is taken down by the enemy. So make sure you're staying at the back, you're staying in a strong position and holding out until it is the time to fire. God, there's a guy right there. He is being very sneaky. There's a guy downstairs here as well. They are everywhere. The game has had some weather and lighting improvements, as you'd expect. God damn, does it look beautiful now. There's new weather effects for all of the missions in the game. Sunsets, sunrises, gloomy weather, thunderstorm, and lightning. It's going to include this amazing amount of variety to change the levels that you've already played, but now going to give it that extra bit of terror. Yes, right in the head. Not only this, but there is also a new game mode. Confrontation is a tug of war. Both teams will step up to attack and defend. When the battle begins, both sides will have controllable point and, of course, to take off the enemy. All right, there's an enemy tank down here, I think. Ready, fire! We got a hit in the side, but no casualties, unfortunately. Right, let's see if we can push forward and get behind this guy. In Confrontation, once a new point is captured, there'll be a little bit of a grace period where no one can do any capturing. This guy's moving from side to side and really annoying me. Oh, is he looking up here? Hitting the turret. Beautiful. Along with all this, there are plenty of new weapons, like some RPGs, rocket launchers, carbines as well coming into the game. There's a few new vehicles as well, and all the missions have had a complete overhaul. New maps have been added in, and of course, with the new community maps, there's going to be so many more to come. The guy going over the bridge here. He moved just at the last second. Despite this, there have been some recent criticisms of the game. Whilst being free to play, Gaijin have really been pushing microtransactions in it, which is kind of expected. If you didn't know that was going to happen with the title, I don't know what to say. Does that mean it's right? I'm not entirely sure. Gaijin are known for this kind of thing, and whilst it is a good game, pushing on the amount of microtransactions that it has is kind of rough. Yet despite all this, it is no secret that content is coming thick and fast, and I think it will be for quite some time. Gaijin have done a really good job of making a free-to-play game that's actually decent. Did I just get team killed? I did! You fool! And despite the criticisms, I think even as a free-to-play player like me, you can get enough stuff out of the game without paying for all these extras. But let me know what you think. Do you think Enlisted has done enough to warrant itself as a great free-to-play game, or is there still a few things that you feel are a little bit dodgy? I understand that companies have to make money, so I think it's very much fair enough there are microtransactions within the title. But how intrusive do you think it is? I think Enlisted has gone from strength to strength with its newest updates. It has had some really great content patches, and they seem to be coming incredibly thick and fast, with the developer team working day and night to make this game as worth it as possible. But if you haven't already, go and check out my FPS channel, looking at some of the new maps and missions and everything this update has to offer. But until then, I will see you in the next one. God, I nearly shot you, mate. You need to watch out. Got a quick bandage here. Jesus Christ, this is so intense. I feel like sniping is the best way to get across it. Okay, you're a friend. What are you shooting at, though? There's some enemies across the way here. Oh, yes. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Never mind.